You look good. Baruch Hashem. Right here. Yeah, we should be some. Well, yeah, holiday.
Mrs. Greengard.
Yeah.
Again, you come back for upon service time. You can see them later.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are upon service time. If I can invite you to come as close as you can, we will need to leave that aisleway or that walkway open as we bring the casket in. So if I can ask you guys to come kind of this way or just leave it open until we get the casket through. If I can invite anyone who would like to serve as a pallbearer to start making your way to their hearse.
So
I think we'd like everybody to come help out.
Everybody to come and
Okay, if we can ask everyone to go to the rear of
There
the
you go.
funeral hearse.
Jim.
Yeah.
I don't think we will staying here. I'm staying here.
I'll stay here
with me. Sure. I don't think the family needs to. Just sit, honey. Sit. Thank you for coming, Margie. We'll all hug. Extend the hugs. Okay. You would send two bosses and friends from Chicago for you. He did. They surprised him. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh.
Well, it was the same.
Sudden.
No, they knew she had. I need to send her here.
Yeah. Yeah. Two cantors here. Friend. Marvin.
Karen is the one I met before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Rabbi Karen.
Yeah. She's from HU. Yeah, sure. Judy's okay.
And who's that guy who's saying?
It's probably Candle Marty.
I'm sorry.
We'll lower together gently. I invite you guys to have a seat. We're going to set up the microphone in just a second. Lee? I think it's going to be best right here. Sorry.
The speaker?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the rabbi and cantor can see everybody without pushing away.
Sorry. Chase, Marty.
Too fast.
Marty will run. Seen him in action.
Jim? Yeah. We're going to begin this morning with Kriya, which is the ritual to for the family to rend their garments or rip a ribbon. And it's a symbol of how our hearts are broken with this loss. So we'll offer a poem by Hannah Semesh. There are stars whose light reaches the earth only after they themselves have disintegrated and are no more. You'll need to stand by me. There are people whose scintillating memory lights the world after they have passed from it. These lights, Tom's light, which shines in the darkest night, are those which illumine for us the path. We'll say the blessing of memory and Kriya together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, dayan ha'emet. We bless the source of compassion and truth, which discerns the deepest truth of life and death. We're going to begin our time together to say goodbye to Tom with Kol ha'olam kulo. All the world is a narrow bridge by Rabbi Nachman of Breslov. If you know this, please join in and sing. Kol ha'olam kulo, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. V'ha'ikar, v'ha'ikar, lo lefached, lo lefached klal. V'ha'ikar, v'ha'ikar, lo lefached klal. Kol ha'olam kulo, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. Good morning, everyone. We are gathering today for a sacred task to remember and honor the life of Tom Greengard, Tuvia ben Chaim Galea. Tom was at heart a mensch. He was the personification of a righteous person. He was a son, a brother, a beloved husband to Allison, a father, and a dear friend to so many of us. He was kind and loving and generous of spirit. He was funny with a dry sense of humor, and he was a deeply calming presence. I had the pleasure of meeting Tom and Allison about 7 years ago at Shir Chadash at the Hebrew Educational Alliance, where we met and davened together. And then later, Tom and Allison became an integral part of the Judaism Your Way Shabbat Alive leadership team. Tom's life was a source of infinite blessing, and all of our lives are bereft with his passing. We are now hours away from Kol Nidre, the opening of the gates to pour out our soulful prayers to the divine for forgiveness and compassion. Death and mourning open up another portal that expands our awareness of our exquisite vulnerability and our shared connection to the circle of life and death. May our time together this morning open our hearts to grief, to connection with our ancestral heritage, to our ancestors that link us in the great chain of Havaya, of being and becoming one of the many names for God. In Psalm 147, we read that the divine source offers healing to the brokenhearted and opens up our wounds, binds up our wounds. So may all of us who feel brokenhearted with Tom's passing remember that we are all part of something so much larger. So let's connect our hearts with that sacred wisdom, which can offer us a balm of comfort as we remember Tom. We'll begin our spiritual journey with an ancient prayer from Psalm 23 to Chazan Marty Goldstein.
As Jews, we remember Yortzites by where they come. My father died 5 days after the 17th of Tammuz, which is a fast day, and I was flying back from Israel. So why do I remember that date? So today we bury Tom right before Kol Nidre. You'll remember it for a different reason. But the one thing I always remember, having done this for so long, is after the years, we only remember the good stuff and the beautiful times we had together. When my family moved here in 1993, my first bat mitzvah at the Alliance on the Old West Side was beautiful Rachel. And it was on a Friday night with Rabbi Goldberger. And you guys were so young, because I was so young. And I look around at all these beautiful faces, all friends. And we're all around the same age. So that makes it even harder. But all I can remember is his smile, his beautiful smile, playing guitar. This beautiful psalm speaks about rest. We sing it on Shabbat at Mincha in the afternoon, when we ask God to let us schlaf and get ready to start the week over again. So now on this journey for Tom, we ask that he find rest from this plane of existence, but his soul is here with us. Mizmor LeDavid, Adonai Roi Elo Echsar, Bino Deshe ירביצני על מי מנוחות ינעלני נפשי שואף ינחני ומגלה צדק אוי למען שמו כמה כי ילך בגצל מוות לא אירא רע כי אתה עמדי שבדך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני תערוך לפניי שולחן נגד סולי תשענת בשמן ראשי כוסי רוויה אך טוב וחסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים.
We're gonna ask a few people to come up and offer memories of Tom. I'd like to ask David to come first, and then Rachel and Mary.
That's a tough act to follow.
What kind of a package deal?
Yeah. Okay, so as I was driving in the car with my mom this morning, all of the loved ones, I think we both kind of rested on this is the worst possible place to be, and also nowhere else that we want to be celebrating with you. Loved ones, just to have a celebration with them. So thank you so much. That's okay. They could understand the first part. All right, Dad, we were and are lucky to be a family and have you. You never hesitated to tell us you were proud and show us your commitment, whether it's sports achievement, a good grade, a promotion, or just flat out being. You shared your favorite activity in music, teaching me guitar and bass, taking me to my first concert at Red Rocks to see the Allman Brothers, where you went into full dad mode and were just swiping away that funny smelling smoke. I don't know what that was. We'll figure it out later. You coached me in baseball and football. You would play catch every time in the backyard, even though your shoulders were barely held together after 3 surgeries. You never said no. You always said, yep, let's do this. You taught me to drive a stick shift, gave me my first sip of beer, and passed on the gift of humor, although not always at the most appropriate times. Who knew joking with Israeli security guards about bringing weapons on plane was kind of frowned upon? I was able to clearly see how much you did for us later in life, and I'm so happy that I got the chance to tell you that and acknowledge that for you. The smile on your face and the happiness in your voice when I'd walk in the door, or for a visit, or for weekly FaceTimes, will be near and dear to me forever. You were the best dad for me. I will be sad, but I will lean on the happy memories and everything that you taught me. I love you, Dad.
I did not prep quite as formally as my younger brother. Um, thank you all for being here today and giving us strength, and it warms my heart to see friends from my childhood and my friends, and so thank you for giving us the strength to do this. My dad was the son, a younger brother, husband, father, grandfather. He started the generations of big sister and little brother that we are, that my kids are, that my cousin is. He taught me how to throw a football, how to play baseball. He was really very chill, except for maybe one time there was a blizzard when I was in elementary school. My friend Julie, who's back here, she and I built a snow tunnel in her front yard, and my dad was really, really worried about our safety and came and took it down. That was maybe the maddest I've ever seen him. When we were in 5th and 2nd grade, we went to Italy, and he took us climbing on an erupting volcano. And then he got us down in the dark at midnight with sheer cliffs on either side, and we just trusted him because we knew he knew the way. It was Dad. I did not inherit his gift of geographic sense. We grew up having guitar parties with so many of you. You would play amazing music well into the night. And it's no surprise that my link to my father, music is the through line. When I was in middle and high school, he was my ride to school because it was very early and we would make coffee and he would drive me to school. I actually took his coffee maker that he meant for his office. It's this lovely little single serve coffee maker that I took before I went to Boulder that I use every day still. He would meet me for lunch in Boulder. He would drive me through Jamestown in Netherlands and once showed me a really questionable shack that he once lived in. I don't think it's plumbing. I took a lot of joy in his music. He had the most amazing record collection. And before I went to college, I spent hours making Greengard classic mixtapes that I would play. When I moved to California, he drove me to California and we drove together, and I convinced him to go up to LA, and we maybe ended up in Compton. It was fine. We were fine. At my wedding, he gave me the most beautiful speech and was so proud. He took my dog for 2 years, who he took out in the open space every day. That dog never saw a leash, which will come as no surprise if you know my dad. Animals should be free and wild. A really profound joy was one of the last plays I was in. I was pregnant with Jasmine, and he had the opportunity to help me with some musical arrangements for some songs. And there was such joy in creating guitar tablature together and performing songs that somebody was accompanying me that he and I had worked on together. And that was so meaningful. We did music class together. And when my son was first born, my daughter was a runner, which means exactly what it sounds. She would look at you and be gone. And so I wouldn't leave the house unless my dad would come with me. He was my nanny. He took me to eye doctor's appointments in the gym and the grocery store because I just needed the help. And I'm so thankful that he was so present for all of those beautiful moments. And for my children, he has been an amazing grandfather and leader, and playing baseball with them, and even taking joy on Thursday in a guitar art project that Jasmine was telling him about. And I'm thankful for every moment we had together, and I will miss him very much.
I was not planning on saying anything,
today, but seeing all of you here who loved Tommy and Allison and their family. I am so thankful for all of you for creating a community for him out in Colorado. Tommy will always be Tommy to me and my family and all of my friends, even though most of you know him as Tom. He was always the little caboose, following me everywhere I went. And it was really lovely to know that somebody was right there who adored you. When we were 10, we went to Arizona for spring break, and Tommy said, I always want to live in the mountains. And he has created this beautiful life. He found Allison, who has made him so happy for 45 plus years. And these beautiful children, Rachel and David, my niece and nephew, I'm so thankful to have them in my life. And Jazzy and Jay. I mean, when he talks about Jazzy and Jay, his voice changed. You can hear the joy in his world, just in his world. And I love him like crazy, and I can't believe that we're here today, and he will always be a part of my life and your life, and especially Joe and Jazzy and Jay and David and Allison and Rachel. And thank you so much, Tommy. I love you.
One of the songs that we often sing on Kabbalat Shabbat with our Judaism Your Way leadership team is Healer of the Brokenhearted. It's Psalm 147. So I'd like to offer this in Tom's memory by Rabbi Shir Yaakov Feit. And in fact, on Tuesday, when I spent time with Allison and Tom at the rehab center, he opened his eyes directly and said, sing this. So this is for Tom. הרופא לשבורי לב ומחבש לעצמותם מונה מספר לכוכבים לכולם שמות יקרא Healer of the broken-hearted, binder of our wounds, counter of uncountable stars. You know who we are. Hallelujah. 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 Ana Elna Rifana. Hallelujah. 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 I'd like to call on Hazlan Marty for El Malay Rachamim. Yeah, let's actually let's do it. Yeah, let's do El Malay after. Yeah, so I'm not in my right mind. So can you guide us in cemeteries? Okay. So what we'll do first is lower Tom's casket.
As we're lowering the coffin, I'd like to sing a little bit of my favorite Colorado song. It's Shir La Ma'alut. There are 15 psalms that start with the word Shir. All of them are Ha Ma'alut, of the heights. This one is La Ma'alut, song to the heights. Shir La Ma'alut, Sinai. Me'ayin, me'ayin, Yavo Ezri me'im Adonai, Oseh shamayim haaretz. I turn my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from Adonai, the maker of heaven and earth.
There's a custom of taking 3 shovelfuls of dirt and doing it upside down. Because our world has been upside down by loss and grief.
My Rebbe would say, Lech Leshalom. Go in peace.
Jim will invite everybody after the family has an opportunity to come forward, place some earth on top of the casket.
You can come from either side, everyone.
Hey, Dodie, man the messages.
Beautiful things. That's good.
Yeah.
I'll fall asleep.
Good self.
Hugging every guy.
Everyone, as we finish the final mitzvah of saying goodbye to Tom, we're going to reconvene here for El Malei Rachamim, and we'll also say Mourner's Kaddish together. So if everybody can come back under the tents. Yeah. And it's in the Can everybody please gather again so that we can sing El Malei Rachamim, the one filled with compassion. And then we'll sing or we'll speak Mourner's Kaddish together.
No, Just gonna get everyone, guys, if you can. In this prayer, you will hear Tom's Hebrew name, and I'll just tell you a little. My dog's name is Tuvi, and Tom's Hebrew name is Tuvia, and we named him Tuvi because he's a good boy, and Tom is a good soul. Get in the shum. שוכן המרומי המצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה במעלות קדושים ודיורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמת טוביה בן חיים ולאה שהלך לעולמו בגן עדן, אוי בגן עדן תהי מנוחתו אנא בעל הרחמים הסתירהו בסתר כנפיך לעולמים וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתו אדוני הוא נחלתו וינוח בשלום נשכבו ונאמר אמן.
We'll conclude our goodbye to Tom with the traditional mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadosh shemei Rabba be'alma tivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam almei amayim. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dikudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram be'alma v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehi shlama Rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. We say at the conclusion of a goodbye to a loved one, Hamakom yinachem etchem b'toch shara v'yilei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May the source of compassion comfort you among the mourners of Zion and Yerushalayim. Thank you for your presence here to participate in this sacred mitzvah.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our service. We are going to make a pathway for the family to pass through on their way back to their cars. It is appropriate for them to go directly to their cars and not say hello to anybody. So don't feel offended if they do not say goodbye. They do know that one thing, comfort is with them. last.